Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My brothers and sisters, the last time I was live on Instagram, there were a few people asking questions, and some of those questions were very, very concerning. They were really questions of great concern. People were asking, are you allowed to be intimate with your spouse during the fast? Now that is quite a strange question, but then again, there are people who probably are ignorant. Fasting from dawn to dusk means you abstain from food and drink, you abstain from foul language and so on. You also abstain from sexual intercourse and sexual intimacy with your spouse during the daylight hours. Now, that which is haram and prohibited is obviously haram inside and outside of Ramadan. If someone was doing something haram and were to engage in haram sexual acts during the fast, then that would be a double sin. One, for it being haram, and two, for it to be breaking the fast in that way. But another very, very important point is your own spouse as well. You cannot have sexual relations with your own spouse during the daylight hours of Ramadan. At night, it is permissible. The Quran expressly mentions the night and says that it is permissible. So it's not like you have to stay away from your spouse for the entire month, but rather in the night when you're allowed to eat and drink, then you're also allowed to engage in sexual relations with your spouse. But my brothers and sisters, if someone does do that during the daylight hours of Ramadan, then it is a major sin. And in order to compensate for that, you would have to fast 60 consecutive fasts after Ramadan and seek the forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it is something that people don't like to discuss, but it needs to be discussed. Someone also asked in the live session, is it permissible to masturbate